treasured me with all your heart. Once upon a time you kissed me, vowed that we'd never part. Change your mind about me. Still I think you're divine. Soon someone else, I guess, will find the happiness that once upon a time was mine.
Oh, I only thought okay.
Once upon a time you loved me, treasured me with all your heart. Once upon a time you kissed me, vow that you'd never part.
This and that's video mode.
And then press that. Are you recording?
The red button is recording.
Whoa.
On most cameras it typically is.
Can't see shit.
Why? That's like your.
This has got like a 7-inch zoom, dude.
Can you see me?
No.
7 inches, I know 7 inches.
That's at least 12 inches.
Rental equipment is a somewhat different case. The way it's set up is that the faculty approve the request based on legitimate need to fulfill the goals of the project. And so there are quite a few of those. I guess I took a double take when I saw we were talking about, in one case, a 1-ton grip truck with 10,000 items in it, or something like that. But I think that was a little bit something. But we're caught up in a difficult situation right now because safety and risk management that is the one that actually issues those certificates of insurance. Once, like a minimum of 5 days, I think, lead time. But they're not going to act on these things. And right now things are caught up because some of them went to them but did not have our signatures on them. And so they sent them back.
And then we will do a table read and workbook. Is everyone prepared? Yes. Yes.
Our director is not here today.
Yes.
Are we still presenting without him, or?
His email seemed to suggest you would, but obviously we're not going to do a table read because he's the writer as well.
Yeah. So what were you guys under the understanding?
I mean, I know my section. I don't know if
Would it be better to wait till next week?
I think so. I mean, Patrick wrote the script.
Next week.
It's my birthday.
It's your birthday? I already skipped.
Yeah.
Today?
No, next week.
Okay.
The depths of your soul,
Yes, sir.
personality.
Cool. So we're going to start with just your full name, the project that you're on, what your position on that project is, and if you'd like something,
This is fucking bullshit. I don't stand for this.
I
What do you guys do? BTS?
don't really do much.
Fuck this.
I'm Noah. Oh shit! I'm supposed to be looking at you. Sorry. I'm Noah Greil. I'm the producer for Earth with You. Was there more to that?
Yeah. No.
Something funny, bro.
No, that's
okay, hold on.
If you want.
Hold up, yeah. I'm Noah Greil. I'm the producer for Earth with You. And when I was really young, I ate so much sand at a beach as a kid that they had to like remove it from my stomach because I was super sick.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need more of that in my life, dude. I need some more sand in my
Yeah,
life.
you could have glass blown me.
What are you looking to get out of this class specifically?
I'm looking to get a full kind of production experience under my belt as a DP with short films. Kind of, we do that in junior production in this program, and senior production is kind of just the next step up. So just kind of going to that next level, pushing myself, pushing the whole crew to kind of go above and beyond. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah. What are, I guess, go through your films and give me kind of the message what each of the films that you're on are trying to achieve.
What do I look like to you? Some kind of writer? Some kind of director?
Yeah.
Well, Non-Disclosure is a horror comedy, so the message there is funny.
Haha. Ooh.
Haha. Ooh. Earth with You is like a abstract drama love story thing going on. I don't know what the message is. Miscommunication can be bad.
Phenomenal, dude. And what's the third one?
I just signed on for first AD on that one, but I believe it's a war film, Civil War film. I believe the main message is.
Oh, dude. Sorry. I was gonna say, you think that's what these are for?
What? The guns? Yeah, they're props. They're not real.
Well, yeah, no, I know that, but
You know props aren't real, right?
What I want to ask each of you is who you are, why you're here, and what this opportunity means to you.
What do you mean, why we're here? In film school?
Let you answer that.
I don't know what you want me to answer.
It's an open-ended question.
Why am I here? Because we have class at this time.
I want to play a part more than anything.
Ben.
Kyle Brown, yes you did show up.
It looks like we're gonna present next week.
Val Stevens, not yet, still. Good. Nice.
Alright, my name's Abigail Oltrogi. I'm the writer and director of Things Unseen. I'm Laura Flynn, and I'm producing. Things Unseen is a psychological drama short film. This is our fifth version of this script so far. Made a few rewrites over the summer, but never actually made different versions because I'm not really good about that.
We go up in the script to when Lily first enters the scene. Is the doctor in the room when Lily enters?
Yes, she is standing in the doorway. She's writing on it.
Is she? Yeah. I feel like it. I know you kind of want to wait until the end to be like, this is what you have, but it could be beneficial, if she's having because she always I can tell that she's asking how are you today, blah blah blah, or she's, I don't know how to put it in a way where you could kind of hint to the audience. I think a big problem, not a big problem, but something I noticed in the last one is that it seems like she's just going crazy. It doesn't seem like this is schizophrenia at first. It seems like she's just insane. So maybe it would be beneficial to have the doctor say a line of let's bring her focus back, or who was that? And Claire ignores the question, or maybe something in the middle of the piece that or sets it up that she's has schizophrenia without saying it. I don't know how you would do that, but something so the audience kind of can infer a little bit. So that's just what I think.
No, why are you in MSU Film School?
Oh God, I hate this question. Okay.
You do? Well, okay. Let's.
I like making films.
Yeah, maybe what drove you to write this story?
Ooh, I really like crazy people. and I really wanted to villainize schizophrenia.
Okay.
What are you and your crew looking to achieve with this specific film? In other words, the message of this film in your mind.
The message of the film? Like, what is the? Are we saying something with this film, Jack?
Yeah.
Word.
Initially, I think the first few inspiring moments to write this piece, I was seeing a walk in the forest. I really wanted to push onto some surrealistic visual styles inspired by Midsummer, and also some sort of like compositional elements that align with Wes Anderson. And then moving into the story, I felt like I wanted to explore a shared soul between two people, but I wanted to push that story element. So by making one of the characters deaf and the other one hearing, I felt like it would force the viewer to find sort of a middle ground between two characters that couldn't really communicate in the traditional sense that you and I are communicating in right now. And so those are the main elements moving into the story. And I definitely had a loose sort of jotted arc in just a Google Doc file of like where I wanted to touch on and how I kind of foresaw the story to unfold. But it really just came down to me just starting in final draft and writing the script out, and I had a lot of beautiful sort of epiphanies or just moments in the story writing process where I was like, oh, this really works. I love how, there's this tiny little Easter egg here which can lead into, a bigger story element down the road. And it really came down to just getting into the writing process, and a lot of beautiful stuff kind of unfolded in there, which is what I kind of like to do, is just trust the unveiling of it in front of me.
And I think that's really interesting because a lot of people said that already from reading your script, without like reading it out loud in class, they really liked it. Like, how do you come into that space where you can write that well, or your ideas come? So, like, how do you get to a spot where you're writing that stuff,
Totally. I mean, I think, well, I've always been more drawn to writing. I mean, even in elementary school, I mean, the classes that I liked were like writing, history, and art. And I think that has held true throughout my entire academic career. And on the other side, I am such a daydreamer. I always kind of have these mental tangents where I'll come up with a story in my head and it's just a fun little exercise if I'm twiddling my thumbs to imagine a story coming, I don't know, just like happening. And sometimes it'll just strike me in the middle of the day. I'll just imagine of a character and an interaction or maybe a situation or a setting. And I don't know if other screenwriters have that sort of thing happening, but I've always just kind of imagined stories in my head, and I think that just really helped with like writing it out. And I really enjoyed screenwriting. I really enjoyed experimental. I've always been someone who likes poetry and just all sorts of different mediums of sort of creative expression, especially on paper. And so it just felt like a natural process.
And then Jerry, we have casted this role. That is Rob's story. He's going to be playing the dad. That's his headshot. I think he is definitely wanting to be typecasted. But yeah, he's super excited about it.
That's the guy who owns the fucking mansion next to campus.
Seriously?
Yes,
Yeah, the fucking story mansion.
I want to start with hearing what inspired the idea for writing the script for Cowgirls. Like, how was that process?
I don't really even know how it happened. My favorite movie of all time is Portrait of a Lady on Fire. It's a French film, and it's about two women. And I don't know, I was just talking to my friends one day, and I think Mason was like, Emily, what if you made a Western of Portrait of a Lady on Fire? And I was like, oh my God, that's actually the best idea I've heard in my entire life. And so I kind of clung to that, and I decided to do it. And a lot of the film, a lot of Cowgirls was based off of that movie. So I think that's really where it came from. And I kind of made it personal to my life too, in a way that I could, so.
What is your group, I guess you specifically being the director, what are you trying to achieve with this film? What are you guys trying to get out of
I think the biggest thing is I want to achieve the balance of a horror comedy, because a lot of projects, either it's too scary and no funny jokes, or it's not scary enough and not funny. So I really want to create a project where people are laughing but also get spooked a little bit. So hopefully accomplish both at the same time.
Yeah, non-disclosure for me was really, it's been a huge experiment for myself and a challenge to blend genres. That's kind of what I really enjoy about screenwriting, is experimenting with and playing with these different genres and their stereotypes and tropes. And non-disclosure was a mix of horror and comedy in a way that I was hoping to subvert these expectations about like the dumb blonde woman horror protagonist, and a little bit anti-capitalist, a little bit anti-government, while being entrenched in this like great satire and campy kind of horror.
This is more of a practice run to really get to do something fun. I feel like I see myself going into more of the dramatic field, and when I read Wednesday's script, it had all the fun comedy elements and horror elements. So it's more of an opportunity to play around one last time with a genre I like. So yeah, I would say that.
Any hiccups so far?
For sure, yeah. Like, you name it. Yeah. I mean, we've had talent change a week before shooting. We're shooting in a week, and we still need to cast a spot or two. We're looking into maybe some spotty weather, and we're shooting it all outside. Our insurance may not be actual insurance, and we're renting $320,000 worth of lenses. But we're stoked, you know? Like, this is filmmaking, that we're being adaptable, and just having to ride with like this process. And luckily I got a killer team working through the logistics. Noah G is over here. And he may have an aneurysm tonight. It's okay.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That was fucking tight.
Awesome.
That was sick as- What do you think about all this? What do you think about all this business? You don't know?
No, I know. I don't want to say.
What kind of business you thinking?
What kind of business?
Yeah.
That's on me. My September and my
Are you filming right now?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I forgot to put on deodorant this morning, and now I'm a little self-conscious.
Dude, is it? I don't think it's focusing. Yeah, I know. It looks more like that. Really.
Nice.
Do you want to sit in the chairs and get some nice shots of that?
Okay. And do you need like, what do you need? Like tack, English, Western, nothing?
Western.
Okay, cool.
But yeah,
and none of it's clean?
That's perfect.
That's
That's,
good.
that's actually perfection.
For the
Joe, get out of the shot.
You could like maybe
put it
on the
on
poster.
Yeah,
maybe put it on. Let's have maybe.
Couple things. Wild real quick with lighting before we get this take.
Yeah.
We're gonna open up a little bit of this curtain on the left.
Okay.
Well, I guess we can do this without you being in here. Come on. Okay, yeah, we're gonna.
Today.
Your first day on set, I'm going to need a crew deal from you, so please see me ASAP and we'll get that signed up. Second, lunch today is most likely going to have cheese, so if you are non-dairy, talk to me.
So the first one is on the card. That's awful. I hate that. What can I say?
This is the on man.
Yeah, this is what. Hey, Ari.
Alright, let's get this. Yeah. Troy, can you clear out?
Yeah. Don't put that pressure. You want this yet? Okay.
Is camera good?
Like a J. Paul duck.
Are we ready?
Alright.
Quiet on set. Sound.
Sound speeding.
Camera.
Scene 3, aloof, take 2, marker.
Action.
Might be a while. After that, like I grabbed that. Sharpie to the step. I'm just gonna do it through the tunnel.
Are we ready for camera rehearsal?
Is this where you want to be when the hand comes, or do you want me more forward so that way?
You kind of have like this.
Down?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right, so the only thing Light's working on right now is putting that shot. If you're like putting a gel.
Who are you? Quinn might need to do that.
Callan.
Yeah. Callan's gonna be running lights.
Oh, we need somebody turn it on.
Okay. Hey Quinn, where's Quinn? Right here. You want to run the bounce?
Yeah.
Big bounce?
Yeah, so we've got this bounce.
Alright, let's go for another take. Here, I can do it.
Let's have quiet. Going for a take. Roll sound.
Sound speeds.
Roll camera.
Rolling.
Sleep.
106, baguette, take 3, soft sticks, mark.
Like where it's usually covered by the blanket, because I want the blanket to reveal the blood. I don't want anywhere else.
Oh, and then Shannon,
So, like,
no past turn.
17
There's no going back. It looks horrific.
Oh my god.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
What the?
Yeah. Like Ben was covering half the frame, so all you could see was just her big gold body. Okay.
Shit. Let's dump. Let's cover up the rest of the
Sorry.
Up so high.
Yeah.
I think we might, yeah, let's take this table out of here.
Okay.
Just see if we can get it a little lower.
What do you want me to do? Like, am I gonna do the questions, or
Yeah,
am I?
I got you on questions.
Okay.
Sorry, I lied to you. I thought you'd be free.
Uh-oh.
Because we want things just about the program too.
Because I didn't know he was a photo major too, so that'd be...
All right.
We could just lead the conversation, have like a 10-minute conversation and call her a day. Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about your choices with cinematography and like the planning of it and also the execution of it?
Yeah, so a big challenge with Earth With You is kind of finding a way to visually show the experience of being deaf and to like separate the POVs between Claire, which was our deaf character, and then damn, I just forgot the characters' names. Claire and
I think what we've found through the process of editing is wait, let me think for a sec.
No worries.
The power of the edit.
Yeah, do you want to talk?
It was hard enough to explain to people what this film was about. Just saying, oh, it's a Western, but it's also a queer Western, you know? And I think for people who, God, sorry, I feel like I'm rambling on and can't just like find my thought. Okay, I think what we have found through this whole process, this whole film editing, what we want to put out there is that there are people that, like, we're all the same to a core, you know, like, I don't know. Can someone else talk
No,
about
I think
this?
no,
Can
you're
someone
killing
else talk
it.
about
Yeah,
this?
that's it.
Sometimes you have to talk about it to find out what you really want to say too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
no,
I know,
oh,
but I
that's what
don't
wanna
know.
say. Could you start telling me just what went well on set, or kind of the process when you were producing, like how it went?
I think everything kind of went well. Obviously, there's bound to be roadblocks. I'm trying to think of some off the top of my head. I don't really remember. Let me think.
Should I talk about producing Non-Disclosure at all?
Oh,
Yes.
One positive insert that we can.
And on your film, you were the editor and the writer, but you had another director. How was that process of working together?
Yeah, it's been really good being the writer on this as well as the editor, because it gives me that prior knowledge to decide where jokes need to land and how they need to land and what the timing on them needs to be in order to actually work.
But some of the problems we did run into is that, one, we're the only film this semester that has a different writer and director. So producing that was kind of difficult because there's a lot of fighting opinions as to what to do, and Mason and Wednesday handled it very well and took it in stride and communicated well, but there was some creative differences in decisions, and that kind of had to be managed.
More so throughout the film, one of the most difficult shots was, we called it the Lahane shot, the Lahane mirror shot. And Chet's in the closet, and we push in to his very dramatic monologue that he has, that he amps himself and gets himself ready for the day. I just really love using all the equipment that Checkout has to offer and creating really intense but also really fun setups. And if I can use the curved dolly, I'm going to use the curved dolly.
Don't do it. Just don't name drop. Oh, I gotta get it out now before I actually go into the industry and can't talk about anybody. Okay, you don't have to get it out right now. I gotta get it out right now. This is my confession. You don't have to do that.
Senior drinks later.
Well, nobody's gonna see that though, and I
drinks
want to. Well, you guys already know all my drama. I'll post it on the Snapchat story. Okay.
But in terms of writing the script, I just kind of leaned into my intuition of how an interaction would be with a deaf person or with a hearing person dealing with a deaf person. And when I presented it to people like my sounding professor or people that are codas that I know in Bozeman who both it's a child of a deaf adult, so that both their parents are deaf. When they read the script, they felt like I had nailed a lot of just the small little instances or kind of minute nuances to a conversation with a deaf person that maybe some people would miss. And so I felt very pleased with their reactions to the script. Also, Mason's kind of outlook on directing this semester was that he wanted as many freshmen on set as possible. So every single day we had a pretty much entirely different crew in terms of grips and PAs and stuff. Instead of having one for the whole thing, we did it different every day. So it was just tons of crew to manage, tons of people, arrival times and not showing up, and tons of people to feed, and dietary restrictions was just a fucking nightmare. Just, all of it was brutal. And then we shot 5 days, and every other shoot I think only shot 3. So we had the most shoot days with the most amount of crew. We did some pretty gnarly camera setups and some pretty ambitious shots that were kind of difficult to pull off. We built a set for 2 of the days. That was brutal. Being a producer is hard. Getting everyone on the same page is hard. Making everything happen in time at the correct time is difficult, especially when if one piece of 1,000 puzzles doesn't get back to you in time, or is actively participating in discussion and communication around that thing, the whole fucking thing doesn't happen. So I have to be mean sometimes and constantly text people and be like,
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You got to cut here.
Yeah.
But you have great answers. That's what I really
Great.
There will come a payday, hallelujah, what a payday. Oh, there will come a payday someday, someday. There will come a payday, hallelujah, what a payday. Oh, there will come a payday someday. When I lay my work by, I've a home in the sky. For there will come a payday someday. Where no interest comes due or notes to renew. Oh, there will come a payday someday. Here I work every day for such meager pay, but there will come a payday someday. And the title's not clear to the home I own here, but there will come a payday someday. There will come a payday, hallelujah, what a payday. There will come a payday someday, someday. There will come a payday, hallelujah, what a payday. There will come a payday someday. come a payday someday.